Undergrunt.
I assure you,
Mrs. Buttle!
The ministry is very scrupulous about following up and eradicating any error.
if you have any complaints which you'd like to make,
I'd be more than happy to send you the appropriate forms.
Ship in the center of Mars was a sack of souls with experiment scars. When the psychedelic monk said, I'll take two, and he put them in a rocket and he ate a lot of glue. And he shot them straight to Earth where they turned into babies. They were named from that, and they rarely got rabies. And the monk made a movie of their whole entire lives. They were panoramic scenes and zooms of the time. And one time Bob had sex with a ladle, and one time Matt lost a vet to a cradle, and another time Bob caught a dinosaur mom, and another time Matt bought a replica of Guam. And all this and more is on a DVD set, only $20.99 with the purchase of a jet. But if you call right now and say, where's my whisk, we'll include this bonus disc.
Hey! Hey, welcome to Bonus Disc.
Oh, wow.
The only show on the internet that breaks down movies scene by scene.
Oh, wow.
I'm your host, Bob Rose. With me is Matt. Say something!
Hello!
Call you off guard like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
And with us is Max Levine. How you doing, man?
Me off guard. Hello. I'm doing pretty well.
Well, I like to get all that shit out at the beginning, man. It's like a purge.
For sure.
You know, it's like that fifth Purge movie or sixth. What are we on now? It doesn't matter. I lost track of life.
Are they making a TV show of it, I think?
I don't know.
Really?
We're here again, and I feel really happy today.
No,
And I'm gonna tell you why, because I feel like we were at the bottom of the barrel, and then we made a crescendo right now because we watched Spooky Buddies.
Yeah.
AKA
I feel like this
Airbud.
was like the death row. Like this was its final jerk of energy.
Yeah.
Was to be like, Spooky Buddies! And then we're gonna watch Treasure Buddies and I'm gonna fucking
Did you say
bore my
Treasure
eyes
Buddies?
out.
Treasure
Yes.
Buddies
What
is
the
next. It's
wait.
the Indiana Jones one.
I'm gonna fucking kill myself.
But I
Wait, I
feel
thought you said Super Buddies.
If a dog doesn't melt,
I know.
I'm so mad.
It's no. After this, it's the second.
Oh yeah.
We still got one more Santa Claus movie.
Oh, they made a third one.
Yes, there's a trilogy. Then we have Treasure Buddies.
It's Christmas again.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Treasure Buddies, and then we have the end of this fucking thing is Super Buddies.
God, it's so close now.
It's so close.
Because I watched 20 minutes of Super Buddies, and from what I remember, it's just them sitting in front of a barn for the most part.
Yeah, it's mostly a barn,
in like costumes.
There's a lot of barn.
But
Yeah.
this has been since January. Literally, we've done this since January. We ended 2016 on Air Bud, and we've gone to now. So I'm happy because Spooky Buddies is a weird, fucking, insanely high mark for not being boring as goddamn hell.
Yeah.
This whole crescendo of trash.
It's goddamn boring. It's still boring.
Oh, it's absolutely boring, but
Yeah.
it's got stuff in it we're gonna talk about.
I mean, how many exciting dog movies are there really? Like,
well, I didn't
there's
watch
like-
The Three Doggeteers.
The Three Doggeteers is actually pretty exciting. I don't know. It's pretty exciting.
You,
Don't really know
Max
how to
sent me the trailer to that.
Is
It looks like
real dogs in like costumes.
They're just like dogs, but it's supposed to be like the Odyssey, I guess. Like there's three dogs, Barkos, Wagos, and Artemis.
As Alexander
And-
Dumas intended.
Yeah.
God.
And then they're all going on an adventure.
The
As
production
you
quality
know.
is like if somebody made a trauma movie in their house.
Yeah, that's pretty much exactly what I would say.
Yeah, it's
Beautiful.
It's like, I hate to say it's like these are the Buddies movies are at least produced well for what they are.
It seems like it's like the same studio. Do you know that what the fuck is that one? The cat, the cat that can talk or whatever. That ugly ass Garfield cat. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Garfield?
No, it's not Garfield. It's this fucking
Cats
weird,
and dogs?
It's a fucking cat movie. I don't know what it is.
A talking cat movie?
It's called a talking cat, or what is it?
No, you mean the one with Kevin Spacey?
No,
Nine Lives,
no,
which I saw in theaters.
It's called. It's like it was on Netflix. It was a talking cat, and they like fucking the way it was just like really weird, and they fucking color corrected it to the point where everyone's faces were just like bright orange, and it was like,
I have no clue what you're talking about.
Weird. Wait a minute, I'm looking it up. I'm looking it up for a second.
Well, this movie is technically speaking, it's Air Bud 11, right? What's that? We're on Air Bud 11. Yeah, it's Air Bud 11. In continuity,
God.
we're back to this is called continuity.
Yes.
So
back to Fernfield.
you're back to Fernfield, and that did you get it yet? You pulled
hold
up?
on.
Oh, okay.
I think that's what's most exciting about it. We're 3 from the end. I just want to think about when we were 3 in.
And we were like, this is going to be
There's gonna be
forever.
11 more of these. What's that's going to be like?
So this is it. It's called
Awful.
A Talking Cat. Have
Wait,
you ever
it's
seen
just
It's
called
called that?
It's called A Talking Cat.
That's amazing.
Dude, this movie is like fucking insane. It's like I don't even know how to describe it. That's just weird as hell.
I think you might be the only guest we've had on this thing for Air Bud that has been
right.
watching Talking Animal movies actively.
I
That
used
you've
to
watched.
religiously watch a bunch of Talking Animal movies.
So which Airbuds have you seen?
I've
already?
seen. Well, I saw when I was a kid. I saw the first Air Bud. I probably saw the first 3,
Okay.
where it's like he's playing basketball, he's playing football.
What's the other sport?
Was it volleyball or was
That's
it what
the
was
fourth
it?
I like how you're like grill like
The fourth one is
he's like a gatekeeper of this
Yeah.
nerddom. Like, yeah, well, prove to me how much you know.
Oh, you
Is-
really think you watched it?
Is
I'm an
Air
OG
Bud,
fan,
Is
yo.
Air
I'm
Bud
just saying-
really a nerddom?
No.
I'm
Or
just
is
saying, if you said a sport, I'd say
Yeah.
the movie. If it was volleyball, that was
Yeah.
the fourth one. The third
So
one
what
was
was the third-
baseball.
Okay, I think I saw that one. I
Right?
think I
Yeah.
saw the first 4, maybe.
Okay.
The first
Maybe.
4 are Air Bud movies.
They all sort of
So
yes.
yeah, you've never seen a Buddies movie.
I didn't see him when he spawned.
Well, he spawned in 3.
Yeah.
He spawns in 3. Yeah, the Air
Maybe I
Buddies are
did.
his second family that he's made.
Because I saw.
It's made.
Airbud.
I think I
man.
saw
That's
Santa-
why. That's why he's not in the movies anymore. He's got 2 families in the same town. And he
Yeah.
was like, "Peace."
Yeah.
Dude, the other story is Air Bud with his first family, probably.
Also, he's probably dead.
Well, he is.
like a
The
dog.
real Air Bud is he died a long
Yeah.
time ago, 97, because he was common.
97?
Yeah, he
Oh,
was
wow.
common on Full House
But
too.
movie universe, Airbud is like super powered, basically.
Yeah, he's basically better than a human. He's
Yeah.
smarter than humans. He's everything. He's from God.
He just doesn't have thumbs.
He is from heaven.
That's really the only
Which
thing
we
that's
now
holding
know.
him back.
We're gonna get to, but we now know
Yeah,
this
we're
movie
finally-
confirms.
Took 11
so ma-
fucking movies.
God, I feel so enlightened now.
Wait, what is it confirmed?
It's so
That
much,
God
Max.
is involved
Oh,
in
yeah,
this
that
universe.
is
Like,
Christianity.
there's
Real-
a Christian God in
Yeah,
this
yeah,
world.
Air Bud 1 does
Hey.
feel like a Christian movie from
But
the
it's
get-go.
not- it's not-
never said.
Never strictly
Well,
said.
finally we got the validation
Yeah.
that
Oh
our
my
fears
God.
knew. Okay, we got to start talking about this movie. It opens. Finally, again, we're back to opening on the Fernfield side.
it's the
Something we've missed for 2 movies.
The same town hall.
But it's 1937.
It felt so good to be home.
It did. It's like if like like what was that documentary about eating fast food?
Jiro Dreams of Sushi.
No, it was like eating
or Supersize Me.
Supersize Me. You know how like he said in that documentary, like I hate this stuff, but I need it every day now. Like I look forward to it. I feel like that's the relationship I have with these movies.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
seeing
Santa
that
Claus
sign
2
made
was
me
too far away.
too
from
far
what I
away.
needed.
Don't take me away. Give me the same.
I
I need
needed
that
it.
Fernfield sign to know where I am. I need a base.
I mean, the first 5 movies are the same. All right, anyway.
It's 1937.
Yes, and
It's
there's a mob forming in front of town hall.
a Frankenstein type.
Lady's
mob.
got a rolling pin.
And an old man goes,
Uh,
he's got to have them puppies. And you're like, what the fuck
Yeah.
is this?
And then it cuts into into this old creepy mansion, and there we have ROCKETMAN himself,
Harland Williams.
Harland Williams.
The best part of the movie.
Yeah, absolutely the best part. As Warwick, he says his name.
yeah.
I am Warwick the Warlock, and yeah, he's the Warwick the Warlock.
that
His fingers
point-
do a lot of work in this movie.
They're beautiful.
yeah, they move around a lot.
got a lot of jazz hands from him.
Halloween Hound is just chilling in the mirror for a little bit.
Well, he's not there yet.
He's not
First,
there
it's
yet,
the
yeah.
five-
All right.
There's 5. What were they like? Bugle or beagles?
Beagles.
They
They
are
were like there were
beagles.
5 beagles,
Yeah.
and then he
Bugles.
says
It was
pretty
5.
much
5 animate.
he has a staff, which is important,
Yes.
and he has a book.
Which is
And he said
important.
in the book
He's in
it
front of a
says
mirror.
that he needs 5 dogs of the same blood to feed to the Halloween Hound in order to
So bring him into our
he's
world
talking
so
to-
he can
hold on.
summon...
Yeah.
He's talking to Mr.
Jesus.
Hoot. Mr.
Which
Hoot is his sidekick.
All right.
And it's important here because
Yeah.
Mr. Hoot's played by Ryan Stiles, and the Halloween
Yes.
Hound is played by Diedrich Bader. So you got kind of a Drew Carey reunion going on here.
Yep.
Who's Diedrich Bader's?
Remember Drew Carey show?
Yeah.
Remember Oswald and his two best friends?
Yeah.
That's Ryan Stiles and Diedrich Bader.
Ah,
Ryan Stiles
okay,
is the
okay.
tall guy with
And
the
he's
white
the
hair.
short guy with the black hair?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So you had like a Drew Carey
Interesting.
thing in this
He also
movie.
played a space... He was a
Interesting.
Russian cosmonaut in the Space Buddies one,
The best
too.
part of Space Buddies was
So he's been in
Yeah.
3 or 4...
he's been in 3 or 4th, yeah.
Because he was in the thing, and then he was the reindeer twice, and now
Right.
this is his 4th
Okay.
time.
But he's just making money. I mean, I
Yeah.
don't blame him. Yeah, but so yeah, he's telling
Richard Carr was in 4 of them.
Richard
Fuck
Carr
it,
was
man.
yeah.
Shit.
Al Borland, if you
I don't know.
Home Improvement. You're a child.
yeah.
Wow. That must be it.
I think I'm like 10 years older than you, right? That's
Yeah,
probably why I know who Al
probably just
Borland is,
about.
and you're like, what? Anyway, so he's telling Mr. Hoot that he needs the puppies to feed to the Halloween Hound or something.
And because the owl, so Harland Williams, the warlock, can't speak directly to dogs,
But he can
so
talk
has
to an owl.
He had to find
Yeah.
an owl that could speak
to
English.
anyone. To anyone.
To
By the way,
anyone.
you got all those dogs like lined up on the carpet. What was that about?
They're like listening to the
they're-
guy that's about to
yeah.
feed
Yeah.
them to a ghost
It's like you're gonna
dog.
turn me to stone. Like, oh no, I guess I'll just like sit here.
Hey, they
in
just sit there and
relative
take it.
silence.
You know what I don't like?
like
I'll tell you what I don't like about the Beagles is they kind of make the buddies themselves irrelevant. They're not special. The boy, like this whole time, we always thought the buddies were special, but these other dogs are kind of just the same.
just dogs.
They're just more buddies, you know.
Well, we were theorizing that possibly these were the Air Buds of Air Buddies of 1937.
1937. Yeah.
Like their dad was like fucking. What was that show about the dog? That, like did Shakespeare and all
Rin
that
Tin
shit?
Tin?
Rin Tin Tin, is
No,
I don't know, for like the 30, like what are we?
Wishbone.
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 Oh, yeah.
he was like Wishbone of 1937,
Dude,
and
that's
those were his kids.
Can we get an Alien vs Predator Air Bud vs Wishbone?
Oh wow!
It's about time, right?
Gotta cross over these dogs.
Yeah, right. So he tells Mr. Hoot all this, and then the Halloween Hound makes his appearance in the mirror.
Yeah.
It
Kind of
starts-
looks like Gamork from fucking. I thought he looked like Gamork. It was just like a scary shot. It was whatever.
Yeah.
And it's Diedrich Bader.
And he
He
starts
barely
barfing
sa-
smoke on puppies.
Oh, and they turn into statues.
And he's got like a puka shell necklace.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with
Like,
the giant.
He's got this weird
Except
necklace.
it's like a full turtle
Yeah.
skull.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so he turns 4 of the puppies into like stone, and
But that's when it cuts back outside,
and
and that's when
we
the
don't
little
see their
boy is
souls though. Like get
no, we don't
No.
see any of that because remember it cuts outside to the
to old man.
the mob like showing up and they're like the puppies are in there, we know it. We're just like,
Yeah.
why are they so mad about these puppies?
It's technically a dude in a house just with animals. There's no other humans in that house.
Like it
Why
wasn't.
is the law involved? That's what.
Yes, because it was never established that they were stolen until way later in the movie.
Did he buy the puppy?
Spoiler
he could have
alert.
legally bought the
he could've
puppies.
you just
In
get-
1937.
It's 1937. You just go, yeah, you got too many dogs. I'll take them.
Yeah. I also was just sort of like, why? How all these, like, what are the dogs to these people? Like, you know what I mean?
Right,
Like,
why do
are
they care?
That's why they must have been.
Like,
the
are they
Air
like
Buddies
the
of that.
town? Yeah, exactly. They must
had
have been.
skills.
Except they play different stuff. Like the one they play like with a stick and a cane. They rode one of those
Yeah.
big wheel bicycles. You
When
know,
he plays hopscotch,
yeah,
so
like
he
it was
can jump
like-
rope really
Yeah.
well.
That was like their Nintendo Switch. It was like a hoop with a stick at E3.
they played one played paddle ball and a cup and you know like a cup and ball. Like they're really good at that stuff. So yeah, Harland Williams Warwick knows that he needs to finish the ceremony before
But the little boy's outside and he goes, Pip! And Pip
Yeah.
is like, I don't want to do this anymore. And the hound's like, come here, I'm going to puke on you.
puke smoke on you.
And the dog runs away. And then, God, 90% of Harland Williams on screen is now floating on a cane. It's so beautiful. He just hops on his cane and flies after the dog, slower than running. Like he was barely
Right.
moving. So awesome.
I laughed way too much during this movie
Yes.
because of Harland Williams. I did not.
I mean, he's
enjoy-
overselling it like crazy.
Yes, I enjoyed this so much more than all the rest.
He
because of
loves
him.
asking people to do things. when he can easily
We
do
do them,
it
yes.
himself. And just
We're gonna get to that because
Yeah.
he does that quite a bit in this movie. But he does float extremely slow down the steps
Yes, after he catches up to the dog as they burst into
the door.
Yeah.
and they're like, "Give us the puppy."
Yeah.
Do they know he's like summoning a hound? Do they even know?
No,
what the
because
fuck's
they
going
just think
on?
he's. I think they think he's just upstairs murdering puppies. They
mean,
don't
he is,
actually
like-
believe in the hound thing yet.
Who tipped them off about this though?
Right? How do they know that he's doing?
Like, I
it?
got some
like
inside
he's
information.
a fantasy villain in 1937, like rural Washington.
I got some inside information. You know that the weird guy who lives on his own. Yeah, he's doing something weird.
The guy keeps
You might want to check him out.
It looks like
Form
he
a
looks
mob.
like he lives in rural like Transylvania. Like he does, he doesn't.
belong there at all.
Yeah. Maybe that's just why they're just persecuting him for dressing
They're fucking
differently.
rednecks, I guess.
Yeah, they
know.
just think he's a weirdo, and they know that he's upstairs doing something with dogs, and they don't want it to happen.
He's got all them dogs up there. And he wears a dress. He's burned his fucking house down.
So
He wears a dress. Condemned. This house is condemned.
So the Halloween Hound turns. He halfway gets
He
Pip,
starts. Yeah, he
and
starts.
Pip turns into Casper.
See,
Basically,
it doesn't make any sense. Yeah, he
turns into a horrific CGI dog floating
Oh yeah,
beast.
now.
which doesn't
That
happen
was-
to anybody else.
You love
who
that,
gets
Max.
sparkle.
Come on, you love
Oh,
that
I loved
CGI.
it. I was saying earlier that he would be a perfect. It looks like a pro-life like CGI. They're like, oh, when you take a life, you're hurting me, and it's like this horrible,
Here's your kid on abortion.
horrible
Or
thing.
something. Yeah, it's really bad. So Pip is now a ghost. The
And
Halloween Hound
the
goes
sun's
back.
coming up,
Right.
So he's like, I can't. It's burning my eyes.
So they follow Warwick back up the steps to the room with the mirror, right?
Yeah.
And the Halloween Hound is like,
He's grabbed
yeah.
the boy, doesn't he?
He grabs the boy, and there's the sheriff and like a dad, the boy's dad.
The boy's dad. And
And-
then the mob, they're all in the room, and they're like, what are you doing? And he's like, I'm going to take over this town. He's just insane.
His
Harland Williams
plan is
great.
specific. He says his plan is specifically to take over Fernfield
Field.
by being in control of demons from
From the
netherworld.
The netherworld, yeah.
but also by controlling the people in Fernfield. It's very
using
unclear.
the spirits to control the people.
He's gonna unleash
Something.
havoc,
Something.
and it's all in his little mirror.
But he never says the
And-
world. He says Fernfield is like the goal
Yeah.
here. He just wants
Just
just the
Fernfield.
town of Fernfield. He doesn't care about the rest
Well,
of
in
the world.
1937, that's reasonable.
Yeah, he
You're
doesn't
like,
have
well,
the
I just
internet.
need to take over this, and then I can expand eventually, possibly. But like,
Let's do this first. I like how he's
Yeah.
like it's like a reasonable goal. It's
start
not-
with Fernfield.
Yeah,
and
and then-
spread from there.
we'll spread. So it doesn't because the ceremony doesn't finish, so he gets like sucked into the mirror, and it's all.
No, he jumps
He
into
jumps
it.
in. It looks
because
awesome.
they're gonna like
Oh,
they're gonna like
yeah.
burn him alive. I guess I don't know what the fuck they were gonna do to him. So he just like dives into the mirror.
Imagine if he didn't jump in the mirror, that they would have killed him
Yeah.
because he murdered
yeah.
dogs. He turned dogs in because
Into
remember the
stone.
dad after he jumps into the mirror. The dad's like, "That's not a dog. That is just a statue." They don't
And the
even
boy's
believe.
like, "No, it's Pip. I
It's
know
Pip,
it is."
right.
And he's like, "It's a statue."
So
son."
It's like
what?
the man who just
But
jumped
the-
into the mirror.
Well, it's
You're
just
gonna
like-
accept
no,
that
hear
as
me
fact,
out though.
but-
If the dad was like, "This is definitely not a former dog," it's like, motherfucker, why were you raiding this guy's house though? What,
yeah, what were
do
you here
think
for?
was
You were
happening?
screaming about the puppies,
So why?
and there they are.
all
Because,
you
like,
found was a man in a room with a dog statue,
with
and you.
smoke billowing out of a mirror.
Yeah, like, did you ever say maybe
Well, like
maybe I'm the one who's wrong?
Talking owls and shit. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
The rule of thumb in like all dog movies is pretty much it's just like they're all like all the adults are stupid as hell. Like
Yeah,
they
that is
just do
100%
their
true.
assigned tasks, and then the kids are the ones who are just like, no, this is the thing. You're like, nah, you're a dumb kid. You're a dumb kid. You don't know what it is. And then it's like I actually do know what it is because I'm one of the
Demons.
bunnies guys.
It's a demon dog.
Yeah, come on.
So and that all
So that's when the house is condemned.
Yeah.
he
No
walks
one
outside.
shall ever enter.
Because you know what? It's like the sheriff realized, oops, like we maybe shouldn't have done whatever we. He doesn't know what just
He's
happened.
like,
you know what? Best we just lock this thing up. Just never talk about
Just
it
like,
again.
I know we have
You know?
like a mirror that could like take over the town.
people.
We have frozen dogs upstairs. An owl that knows some shit. But we're just gonna lock them up.
Just board
And
up,
just,
just
you know.
put like 9 boards on the front of this house and walk
And
away.
just, you know what? We'll all go to the Peach Festival or whatever the fuck's in the middle of
Pretty
town.
amazing that it took like 75 years or whatever for them to do something
Right.
about it.
Let's all we'll all go to the park and watch Wishbone perform Hamlet. And then...
Dude, that'd be amazing if there was like a wishbone just fucking... Just a little tease. It's like when Freddy's glove came up and grabbed Jason's... You know what I mean? Okay, so then it turns out that the whole first part was simply a flashback of a teacher at the mansion recounting to her class on a field trip what happened. The Halloween Hound legend of the town.
Yeah. And no one knows if it's
And,
real
yeah.
or not.
It's Jan from the Brady Bunch movie.
remakes. What was it? So all the kids that own all the buddies are there,
And the buddies are there, which they don't even seem to acknowledge.
No, yeah, they're like 20 feet from everyone else.
Is that just like a thing in every Buddies movie where they just stand around?
Yes.
Yeah, they
all
go
just
to,
like
they go to a
the
goddamn
kids and the
space
fucking
station.
dogs. They just stand around.
The dogs...
They go to they board a fucking space station or a spaceship and get shot into space.
Yeah.
with no one noticing.
No one noticed.
It's like, let me like assess the situation here. That's happening in front of
Everything that happens below a
Yeah.
person's knee,
It's
doesn't
invisible.
Yeah.
matter.
Yeah.
You're just blind to it.
They just see a fuzz. There's no actual... You can't see where your feet are. You're like waiting in a dark pool the whole time.
me. Oh, I let them pass security in a space station.
Dude, don't... Oh my god.
There was no security. The
It
space
is-
station was run by like 10 people.
Oh.
It
And
was
they
insane.
were like walking within...
All right.
We can't talk about space buddies.
All right.
So the buddies are there on a field trip for some reason.
Whatever, yeah.
Why they would be on a school field trip with them,
It
I
never
don't
showed
know.
them get
Because
order
they're
off the
following
bus.
they're following their, what do they call the owners, the Buddy Boys?
Well, it's a
No,
girl
well, one
too.
was
There's
a
the
girl.
female who's
Yeah.
just a female.
Yeah, she doesn't say anything. She must
So
say
thi-
like two
in this
lines.
She had a
she-
couple lines.
She said
but
she
yeah,
likes
not many.
costumes at one point.
Yeah,
She has nothing to say.
yeah.
But yes, it's all the comparable. In the class, it's the comparable buddy humans.
Yeah.
And there's two guys that like try to scare the class. They're like the bullies, I guess.
Well, they say if
They
you
have-
say the Halloween
Yeah,
Hound
and you
3
hear
times
him.
in the
Yeah.
mirror, he'll appear and come back. And then another kid like howls, and the teacher's like, "You guys are fucking dumb.
Yeah.
Let's get on the bus."
And the B-Dog kid is the B-Dog boy.
Got
the
kinda
B-boy.
scared.
B-boy.
B-boy.
Little Matty Braps boy. Little I don't know.
Hip-hop child.
Oh, terrible.
Got like
Yeah, it's all
Silver
little
chain
terrible
wearing-
monster.
So they get on. The kids get on the bus, and then the buddies.
The buddies go in the house.
They go in the house to
They go
investigate
to check it out because there's a hole in the door.
There's a whole yeah.
They go up to the top. What is it? B-Dog was in the bush, and they were like, "Why are you hiding?"
Oh,
Because
yeah,
they're
yeah.
scared, and he's like, "I'm not scared." And they're like, "Well, then go up there and say Halloween Hound in
No,
the
he
mirror
said,
3 times."
"Yo, I'm not scared, dogs."
Word, I
Yeah.
ain't scared of this shit, dog.
Yeah.
I wish he cursed once. Just
I wish he
once.
said like shizzle and just go ahead, just be awful. You're
I
in a
just
territory.
wish he just said like a racial slur so I actually could take legal action.
Yeah.
So I could be like, listen, hey, you got to do something about this horribly racist dog. He's finally being overt about it.
It took 6
Yeah.
movies, but we're here.
Oh god, we haven't
But
got
they
to the
like
end,
goad
so.
him into going to the house and saying it in the mirror. So he runs up in there.
He
and
says Halloween Hound
he
twice.
says it twice. Then the ghost, the creepy, creamy ghost dog. It's so creamy.
It's
You
very
know what I mean?
creamy.
It looks like it's gooey.
He's like digital creamy.
yeah.
Jimmy Neutron come. It's just what we're looking at.
That's pretty much what it is.
If it's like
he
right
shows
between-
up and he
there's Jimmy
goes-
Neutron and there's Casper the movie, and then it's like in between those two things with cream.
Says, yeah, with a bunch of cum all over it.
Yeah, the glistening cum.
But so this is when the ghost dog talks to B-Dog.
We are very unsure of who can hear what and see
Yeah.
what. It doesn't.
It's weird.
Yeah.
But then B-Dog thinks he's the Halloween Hound, so he runs out of the house. And they all run out.
And he's
of
like,
the house
"I'm not the
screaming.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
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 They think
They're
it's
like, oh my
Halloween
god,
Hound
it's
for
the
a while.
Halloween Hound.
But he
Run
said
away.
it 3
And
times. He
He did say it.
He
3
said
times.
it, but for some reason it takes a very long time to gestate for anything to
yeah.
come out of the mirror.
yeah, because
Well, didn't
yeah,
I
they
thought
come
it
out
was
way
the
later.
I thought it was the kids who ended up coming to the house who say Halloween Hound 3 times.
No, he said it the 3rd
Oh,
time.
okay,
Remember? Because he was
okay.
like, "You're the Halloween Hound."
Oh, yeah,
and then
yeah,
the,
yeah.
And
He
then
said
the
it by
Jizz Ghost
accident.
was like, "No, you
you-
said it."
Yeah.
Green,
Yes.
touch my green, and then yeah. So, I guess it. Kind of just does. Nothing happens right then.
No, yeah.
The dogs get scared and run
I
out.
thought that it didn't work until it happened. I was like, I guess it didn't
Yeah.
actually. I thought that's not part of it,
Right.
but
And then we cut back to the boys, the
Wait,
humans get home. Because
Yes.
right? Because it's Halloween in the town.
yeah.
And like the B-boy gets home. What's his fucking name? It doesn't matter.
Who cares?
And he puts on his shitty little costume.
Well, he opens
Well,
the,
his mom's like,
Yeah.
I got you
your-
a costume.
the costume you asked for.
Yeah.
You asked
And he's like,
for
I wasn't gonna give you your rap costume, which like thank whoever directed this movie for at least sparing me on what like a fucking hip hop costume was gonna be.
When that kid already, well, you didn't see what he was. Dude, you should see what he's dressed like in the first.
What did he
There's
do?
a there's
What
a
did he
dance
do?
there's a
Big
dance
chain,
sequence you missed.
like,
Oh man, dude.
Yeah,
that
like
Snow- what-
basketball jersey.
Was that Air Buddies or
dude,
Snow
backwards
Buddies?
hat.
There's a dance sequence. There's like a rap dance sequence.
Oh, fuck
Remember that?
me, yeah.
And it was like the CGI dog and then the kid. Oh man.
Yeah, I do need to see
It's the
Snow
first
Buddies.
Snow
You don't
Buddies.
need to. It's not. I don't, man.
It's not Snow Buddies. It's the first Santa Paws.
You're
It's
right.
the Santa Buddies. It's Santa Buddies. God damn it. Anyway.
lot of good-
He's like he's holding a bunny costume. He's like, I said a hip hop costume.
She's like, yeah, that means a bunny rabbit. And he's like, I want to be a rapper.
Yeah.
I wanted to be a rapper, Mom.
Oh.
She's like, no, you're going to look adorable.
Is there even a rapper costume that could exist? It doesn't matter.
Absolutely. I mean, there's
I
the
guess.
same weird costumes at costume shops.
He goes upstairs and B Dog is already wearing a bunny costume
Yeah,
because
he hates
she
it.
also bought him a hip hop costume.
Yeah.
Jesus
Oh,
Christ. Right. And
He
this scene
goes-
is superfluous. It doesn't
He
really
like
matter.
steals. No,
'cause
he steals
he's-
her. He steals. Oh wait, we missed a part when the teacher dismisses them from the field trip.
Yeah.
Not at school, at the town hall.
She's
Yeah.
like, all right, guys, well, have fun trick or treating, and don't forget your project's due on Monday.
And
And B Dog's owner is like, what project? And she's like, the history project that's
Of
due
the
on
town.
Monday.
Town history
And then he
project.
covers it up really well. It's like, I mean,
No, I totally already wrote it
the-
about the Hellhound or
Yeah.
Halloween Hound or whatever.
It's like, come on, man.
Why?
Right.
So at this point,
didn't you just tell them all about the history of that? She just did that report like 30 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Oh, also,
You know
when
what I
they
mean?
left,
Like,
Well, I guess there's
we
more
skipped a whole bunch of
history.
stuff. We skipped a bunch of stuff.
Oh wait, what did we
Okay, what?
skip?
Because when they leave the field trip, all the buddy kids leave together and they go directly to the sheriff's office to start researching
Well, isn't that after?
the Halloween Hound. No,
Okay,
because
oh,
by the
yeah,
time
yeah,
he's
yeah,
putting
yeah,
on
yeah,
the
yeah.
costume, like he has all this
Okay, so
information.
in between the hip hop,
yes,
the hip hop
Yes.
costume
This happens a
and
lot. It's
town
fine.
hall,
yeah,
they go
they go to the sheriff's office
yeah, yeah.
where he leads
Which
five
is
children.
it's the deputy who's the sheriff now who
Well,
because
whatever.
Don
He's
Knotts
Deputy
died or
Dan.
whatever.
He's
Yeah.
still Deputy
No,
Dan.
Wait, Don
He's
Knotts
not-
was in the Buddies movie?
Don Knotts' last
He
movie
voiced a
is
dog.
a voice in Air Buddies.
No fucking way.
Ever, yes.
That's crazy.
And Old Blue from Old School is,
also voiced the dog in
and he
this.
was also the sheriff and he
Wow.
died. He passed away and his deputy character in continuity became the new sheriff.
And now
it's
it's
the guy
Tin
that
Conway does the voice.
does the voice of the
dog.
deputy dog. But the human guy is in continuity with the other movies. He was
And
Jesus,
he,
yeah.
he takes 5 children show up at a police
in an
station.
evidence room.
No, they show up at a police station and they go, hey, we're doing a school project about a legend about a demon hound in a mirror that might have happened in 1937.
Yeah, let
and
me
he
just
goes,
like root
"Let me-"
through this serial killer box.
Yeah, like,
here,
what?
you know. Let me
Let me
just
bring you down to the basement where I keep like bodies and bullets and
let me
blood
shuffle
samples
around this
and-
aggravated assault file and move into mystery dog.
Let me just do some Blake Edwards physical comedy
Yeah.
on the way there.
Yep.
Oh!
Well, when he pulls the box out, a tower of them falls over, and then he goes up. Here it is. Just hands it to the kid. Doesn't even look at it. Just check to see if it's confidential or
And then right behind it, there's the staff.
the staff's in the corner. They're like, "What's that?" And he's like, "I don't know."
It's like 70 years old. Here, just take it.
You're like, what? It's a magic staff.
It's also like, come on, man. Don't you
He
know
just
what?
gives it to children. It's been in evidence, police evidence for 70 years. I feel like that means it's important.
Don't you know a dang trope? A dang trope? Yeah, policeman. Ah.
Right,
awesome.
so, okay, yeah, that's when, after that is when he goes home and the hip-hop thing all happens, right? Yeah. Like, the kids
because
go
he
home.
has the
Yeah, we don't
information.
see the other kids, because B-Dog's owner is, like, the main kid in
He's
this
the
movie.
main. Is he?
Yeah.
Is that in most cases
No.
that revolves around
No,
him?
B-Dog
Okay.
No,
talks
these kids don't
most.
mean fucking
All right,
shit.
thank God.
B-Dog and Butterball seem to be, like, the two standouts as far as Robert Vince is concerned.
Butterball doesn't do well. He has a big thing in the end. In the end,
Alright,
he steals
if
the
you-
show.
okay, hey, man,
He
that's a
steals
payoff
the
from,
show.
like,
You were about to say
What?
he doesn't do anything.
All right.
something.
He's silent. He's silent for most of it until
Yes,
that part,
yes.
though.
He's not
Yeah.
as vocal
Also,
as he used
I'll
to
say
be.
it right now, Buddha should be talking throughout this whole movie.
It's
Did he
about
say a
dead
fucking
people.
line?
He didn't even.
at
I don't
all?
think he even said a line.
Was there? There's a girl dog, right?
Yes.
Did she say?
barely-
She
She
didn't
said the
say
costume thing. I mean, it's
Oh.
really B-Dog and Butterball
Butterball.
talking
What a
most of the time.
shame.
Right. You got all these eclectic rainbow
Wait, you
variety
didn't
of
like-
characters.
I like Butterball. I'll tell you.
'Cause he
I
eats-
came
in
around.
comparison.
Yeah.
He's not at least he's not offensive. Well, he's kind of
not
fat
B-Dog,
shaming,
man.
but whatever, it's fine.
Yes, sort of.
He's not fat.
He didn't like climb.
Oh,
anything.
Butterball is his owner. The
fat kid,
Yeah,
yeah.
The rich fat kid.
Of course.
He's rich in other movies.
Of
He's
course,
not. They don't really show this.
Yeah.
Okay, so they
So, yeah, then he
that's-
goes into he steals his mom's bathrobe and puts it on. He's
To
like,
be
and
Warwick-
has the staff, and
'cause
he's
he's
like,
not
I'm
Warwick the
Warwick the
Warlock.
Warlock.
Oh yeah.
This is gonna be my
yeah.
costume, and then he starts looking in the files, and it's like a drawing of Warwick, like a police.
It's like a police sketch of
Yeah.
Warwick done perfectly.
Yeah, it looks exactly
It's
like
just
Harland
like
Williams.
Williams.
A chalk line drawing picture. Like, oh, wait, this shouldn't be here. This must have got mixed up.
It's God.
And then, oh wait, we forgot about this. Warwick turned two people into frogs at the beginning of the movie that never gets
Did he?
addressed. Yes, when the bomb
never
comes
gets
in at
addressed at the
first,
end,
he
yeah.
like throws liquid and turns two people into frogs.
Oh yeah.
Just keep people away from.
they died as frogs.
Yeah,
They
died as
died.
frogs.
Dear
There's no way
God.
frogs live to be like 75. So
That's a great indie band name. Died as frogs.
based
Anyway.
off Spooky Buddy's characters.
We write only songs about characters that live in Fernfield.
It's a lot of characters,
It's
man.
it, man.
It's a lot of characters. So, yeah, he's dressing up as Warwick, but isn't this when we cut back to the mansion and Warwick and the Halloween Hound
Yes,
come out
fall
of the
out of the-
Yeah.
fall out of the mirror? The mirror turns on again.
And so
at
then
random.
But those two little jerk kids are there this time.
Right.
yeah, they break it because they want to find stuff to
scare
scare people with.
And then they throw something at that black cat, and they're
Oh,
just
yes.
like, you shouldn't have done that. And then karma comes to get him
yeah.
in the end. But
Chekhov's
that's
gun,
for
man.
Later, yeah.
yeah, we know that the cat's gonna have a
Yeah.
storyline. Yeah,
It had a
and
line.
so
two?
he did. He comes out of the mirror. The kids
Or freak the fuck out.
and he's
He
like,
snatches the bottle of magic liquid from him, and shakes it on him and turns him into rats.
Turns him into rats.
and they turn into CGI rats.
Yeah, what the fuck was that? I thought they were just gonna do the talking mouth thing. They had to turn them into goddamn abominations as well.
I guess rats are just too hard to fucking train. Maybe.
Yeah, I guess that's it.
I get that has to be it. They're already training how many dogs for these?
They
fucking
could have
things.
just filmed it walking down the stairs and done talk over it.
Yeah, it's wide shot
they
talking,
didn't have
but
to
no,
do
it's
that ugly
CGI
crap.
rats.
Yeah, dude.
And then they get chased by the cat that they pissed off earlier.
Yeah.
And now those guys are rats, and
Whose
we'll
mouth
find that
also
out.
moves.
Alright.
I love it. The mouth moving part's the best part.
It's so good.
It's creepy because we were talking about just think about you're shooting something and you just have to shoot a dog standing there.
The amount of footage for all
They
these
just-
movies of dogs literally just on a camera, just staring. so that later CGI mouth can be added.
And that
It's
guy,
awesome.
That guy is doing all the mouth moving animations.
What's
Gotta
the
go
fucking-
home. Gotta go home.
Put
to
a
his
gun
wife
in his
and
mouth
kids.
for a few
Gotta
hours.
go home to his
Just
wife
How
and
was
kids.
work? How was work? I mean, I stared at dogs standing there. I mean, their lips wobble.
Do you know how hard it is to animate those mouths? Probably too. It's probably really annoying.
Not tonight, honey. Can't do it tonight.
Gonna go to the den. He just goes to the den, gets some scotch and a gun, and just sits it against his temple and just thinks.
I just like the idea of him walking through the kitchen and just grabbing dinner and dumping it directly in the garbage, and then walking in and doing it. Like, he gets waiting for him at the table. He's just like, it's not even. I don't give a fuck.
I
about
can't
that.
taste anything anymore.
Pain,
It's all the
everything tastes
same.
like pain.
Like the Don Quixote documentary about the behind the scenes of the Air Buddies movie, the crew.
Oh, are you talking about? Was that the Terry Gilliam?
Yeah,
one?
yeah,
I
like-
haven't seen that.
It's
Is it
great.
good?
Yeah, Lost in La Mancha.
Yeah.
But like that for Air Buddies. But they actually finished the movies, but everyone's still just as depressed.
I do think they should make. They should eventually make a documentary on the whole Snow Buddies thing, like for real.
Jeez.
Like, 'cause that's just like ridiculous.
Call it
But-
no buddies or something.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Terrible.
What did Brian suggest?
Snow bodies.
Taste buddies.
What else? Snow bodies, dude.
It's like a Netflix docu-series. Snow bodies. All right.
Where
So
were
Halloween
we?
Hound and
Okay.
Warwick are out of the mayor now. And Warwick's
they're
like,
like,
I
what we-
need to take over the town.
I need a
book and a staff. I'm insane.
he's got.
I love it so much.
He's got plenty of rings. He's got all these.
He
Lots
looks like
of
he
jewelry.
looks like he's gonna be at a Marilyn Manson concert.
He's probably like in his trailer, like taking off all his rings, and he's got like little, like oh.
So you gotta get a hand masseuse.
You need to deal with this on the ROCKETMAN set. I'll tell you that.
So yeah, there's lots of finger wobbling and evil machinations like being cast.
And he reiterates the plot and his goal.
And then the
which
black cat, like the two rats, like we gotta like warn people about this shit, which is like impossible because they're both fucking mice. Like, what
Yeah, you can't
But
warn anyone.
there was one point with the rats.
They just
what are they gonna
There
do?
was like there was somewhere the rats talked to somebody and we're like, wait, they can. It's always so confusing of who can hear what.
Well, they talk to the buddies eventually, but
Because
Yeah,
they're
no,
humans, but now that they're rats, they can
That's, like,
hear
way later,
animals.
animal talk because they hear the cat be like, "I'm gonna eat your ass
Yeah.
for Christmas snack," and they're like, "Hey, look, we're sorry, but
So it doesn't
Yeah.
matter what your soul is, because everything has souls.
Everything
It
has
matters
souls.
what your biology is to be able to hear who's talking.
yes."
Right.
Just your biology. It's
But the owl,
I need
for some reason,
to
can
know the
hear
exact
everything.
parameters of this universe.
The owl can do anything.
Yeah, I can talk to
It's
anybody.
Owl can do
Mr.
fucking
Hoot,
anything.
Ryan
Apparently
Stiles
he
can talk to anyone.
transcend space and
Yeah.
time, seeing as how
Yeah.
his lifespan
It's
is
4 years.
Yeah, I looked it up. A barn owl lives for about 4 years.
Yeah.
So
This has been alive for 75 plus.
75, and he looks great.
Yeah.
He looks
he
in
does.
good shape. Mr.
A
Hoot
nice
is in good
looking
shape.
owl.
But
He's magic.
he hasn't been back yet because they're still in the house, and that's when what is it? The hound is like I smell the blood of 5 dogs that will give me
See,
the
here-
power to summon the demons. They were in
So-
this room. I'm gonna find them. And he's like, "Good, I'm gonna go find my staff."
I
And
guess
then
they
that's
have
when
no clue that the ghost of Pip is still around.
No,
They don't know
didn't
that
see
Pip
him.
is a ghost.
Yeah.
His soul is still there.
Because
yeah. They don't know,
But
right?
that's when like
So they need 5
Warwick
new puppies.
All the
Close the front
semantics
door.
of who can see that ghost and who can't are just like really stupid.
Really
Yeah.
dumb.
It's like, all right, there's like 5 people who can't see it, and everyone
I
else
feel-
can, and then like dogs can, and then the kids can, but then they can't. Like, I don't know.
I don't
I
think
feel like the him blowing the door up is way more significant of a thing.
Oh yeah, I forgot
Like,
about
he
that
has the
shit.
power to.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
like a significant
he could have
explosion.
been, he could have been blowing all kinds of shit up.
This movie had production value. I mean,
Yeah.
it blew up a fucking front of a house.
But he,
I mean,
but every time after that, it seemed like he needed the staff
Yes.
to do anything.
do anything. It wasn't. Yeah, I thought it was
You
like
know what I
Loki
mean?
rules.
Well, they said
like
they
he
needed the 3 things:
yeah.
the staff, the book, and then the blood.
five blood dogs, air
blood
bloods.
dogs.
He needs the
Air
air
bloods.
bloods.
Yeah.
5 air bloods.
Yeah.
And that's when he meets the owl again.
Mr. Hoot updates him on what's happening, and now the town is in full Halloween
It's all
mode.
trick or treat.
Yeah.
They're all trick or
It was
treating.
a full Halloween mode. The kids are all the kids and the dogs are out trick or treating together, even though the acknowledgement between the kids and the dogs once again does not remotely exist.
They're just like
even though the dogs
different
all
things.
have costumes
And they're fucking
And
cute as hell.
Yeah,
like
the
you're not
same
even gonna
costumes.
say anything about that.
Yeah.
Like,
it does.
Yeah, right? They all own famous dogs.
God.
They don't even pay any attention to them. It's really weird.
Air Bud should be a goddamn god in this town, and his
insane.
kids should be worshipped as well. He won the World Series and the Woman's Cup. He's a male dog that won the woman. We've said this every episode.
their kids
insane. I
fucking
just
saved
don't get it.
Multiple multiple
Yes!
times.
Santa Claus
It's
will be dead!
Like
He's
Christmas,
fucking
exactly.
And they know
It's
it.
insane!
And they
I
know
know.
And they
that.
know about it!
I know.
Man, sometimes it just makes me mad as hell. Like, there's too many of these. There's
Airbud-
too much
I mean-
stuff they've ignored.
Dude, I mean, we
Like,
know-
you have to be willfully ignorant to live in this town.
Now that we know Christianity's tied into it, though, maybe there's a whole martyr thing where it's just like he's never accepted, but and they need him. I don't know.
Also, I'm going to point out again, too, with the ages of these puppies, this all is happening within like 3 to 4 months.
Yeah,
all these movies, Air Buddies to Super Buddies, it's like half a year.
From the very beginning?
Well, they're
From
born.
Air Buddies.
Okay.
Just
which
assuming
is
what
Air Bud 6
puppies
through
grow.
14.
Puppies
Right.
grow
They do.
really fast. So
They do. They
Air
do.
Buddies to Super Buddies is like 6 months at most.
However,
At
this
most.
is the Halloween movie that just came after 2 different Christmas
with
movies.
a Christmas following. There's gonna be another Christmas
and another
movie.
Christmas movie. Like, those dogs would be fucking
I'm assuming
cute.
that
They're dogs.
for the sake of argument, Santa Paws and the Search for Santa Paws were the other two.
Well, Search for
they
Santa
probably
Paws
happened
was a flashback.
simultaneously. Yeah, right.
That happened in the past. It's
Oh,
a prequel.
Okay.
The second movie
It's a
was
prequel
the
to Santa Buddies. It's
If
how
we're
it
gonna
started.
if we're gonna have a prequel, I want to know what happened to the Beagles. But,
Right?
Well, we get the Search for Spooky Buddies or whatever.
Well, we'll get to the end of this movie.
Pip's life.
But the end of this movie could have led to a spin-off series, which I'm glad it didn't, because then we'd have to watch
Watch
it.
more
and
of it.
I would kill myself.
No. I remember the rule we had where if they make more Buddies movies during... Oh, man, it's been an hour. We gotta go. We gotta move. But remember, we said that if they made any more Buddies movies while we did it, we would review them. I'm taking that rule away.
It has to be
It
over.
ends at Super Buddies, and that's where it ends.
I
And
think
that,
Super Buddies is going to be a pretty boring one, honestly.
It's-
So
no,
you
it's-
might just
no, yeah,
lose
we
your
watched
thunder
this.
after that.
Tommy
it wasn't very
Sambaza
fun.
requested it specifically. He wanted to do Super Buddies. I think it's because it's superheroes.
Yeah.
So,
Where are we? Where are
we got it. Yeah, we're
They're
in the
trick or
town.
treat. They're doing trick or
This is
treat
where
shit.
most shit happens
Yeah.
in this like mid.
This is just where they're just throwing shit at the
Oh,
wall.
waiting.
This
Yeah.
fucking
The
trick or
fish out of
treat
water
thing.
horse shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
We
I
can
like to point
almost
out.
sum it up.
I just want to point out that the next like 40 minutes of the movie take place on a single cul-de-sac community.
Right.
It's like the Burbs. Yeah, it's like right there. It's
Everything looks
yeah.
like it's in the same like circle of houses, and yet no one notices each other for the first like 20 minutes.
No, well,
of
you've
it.
got Warwick the Warlock, you've got the Halloween Hound,
Hound.
you've got a ghost dog floating around. He's
Looking-
translucent.
Well, they're
and
not
floating.
there.
And floating,
They're not
yeah.
there yet because
No.
it's still
No,
the
yeah.
kids.
It's still the kids. They go to they establish Frankendude, which is the
Which is the
wife,
weird
the
teacher's
husband, who we never see out of costume at any point. He's just Frankendude in this movie. He's a surfer Frankenstein.
But he's in a bunch of stuff. That actor.
Yeah, he's in a bunch of stuff. Yeah, but
a
we
good
never see
character
his character not in costume, which I think is hilarious. They establish the
Yeah.
teacher and then establish the guy who's in most of the movie by just being related to her in a costume. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that is
they don't
true. He's in
establish-
the movie
Why
more
wasn't
than
he
she
just
is.
the teacher?
Yeah.
You don't need him to have a wife or anything.
Yeah.
It didn't matter. It's just
really
a
good
weird
point.
thing to do. It was like one person was free and then they had to figure out how, like scheduling. That doesn't matter. So sorry.
Oh no, it's all good.
That I watched the movie. I'm like, why did they have her be the teacher? Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Fair enough.
So
yeah, Frankendude is awesome.
Frankendude-
He's got Franken. What were they?
What is it? Gives them candies.
He gives the kids all candies. Then the dogs show up and
he gives
Butterball
them
goes
milk
up
bones
and
that say
does, like,
Frankenbone.
Oh yeah, he puts a
Frankenbones.
post-it note over milk so that
It's
they don't get sued.
Frankenbone
And,
by
yeah.
the Milk Bone Company.
You gotta pay for that
Ridiculous.
shit.
Right. So that's when the ghost dog catches up to him first, right?
Yes.
Right, and they freak
floats
out.
Well, the ghost dog first sees a kid in a ghost costume.
Right.
Right. So
Right, yeah.
Then he freaks out the kid.
But he
The
doesn't
kid
believe
takes
him.
off.
The kid has to touch and remember
Yeah,
to
the kid's
believe
kinda,
it.
like, rubs the cream.
Is that
yeah.
real? And it's like, what are you, an idiot? He's
Yes, he's
you
translucent.
can see him,
you
man. He's
fucking moron.
Jesus Christ.
You can
Also,
see
like-
through most of him.
Yeah.
He looks like a cloud
And he's
of semen,
speaking
and he's
to
talking to
you.
you. Come
What
on.
if people just did that on Halloween? Just, are you real? No, what
Rub
the
your
fuck?
cheek.
I'm calling the police.
Do that next Halloween.
So they run away.
Yeah.
Gently caress them and be like, "Are you real?"
Do they think because don't they run away from him thinking he's also the Halloween? They think he's the Halloween Hound. Right?
Everyone thinks that this dude's
Yes.
the
The-
Halloween.
the
Hound.
little boy
that
runs
kid-
away.
innocent.
Yeah.
He's
But
just a
then
pip.
He steals that kid's Halloween costume.
Yeah, and then he rises up in the air like a boner, just slowly protruding with cloth
Because
over
he
him.
can somehow touch cloth, but
Yeah.
he can go through everything
And
else.
the director decided that this needs to happen multiple times.
Yes, multiple times.
Yeah.
It was
But that's
awesome.
when Harland Williams and the Halloween Hound appear walking through the
Right,
thing, and he's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
"Oh, the
Oh,
goose!"
there's demons
And
everywhere.
then Diedrich Bader as the
Yeah.
Hound is like, "This place has already been taken over." You know, yeah.
Yep.
And the owl tries to keep telling them that like they're just kids, and they keep interrupting him.
Right.
And he's like, "No, you're stupid. You're a
I
dumb
feel
bird.
like this
Stop
section
it."
lasts so long.
It
Come
does.
on.
It lasts for such a
That's
long
why I'm saying
period
it's
of time.
insane that they're just
I feel like they
wandering
just
around
didn't
this
write
little
this part.
neighborhood.
They're just like, all right, you're just gonna
There's stuff-
the house.
Harlan, just react to
Go to
kids.
City Hall. Go.
However, my favorite scene
Yes,
in the
yes.
movie is Warwick seeing the Frankendude give kids candy. He's like, "Oh, that ghoul must have special."
And he's like,
you know.
all the kids are flocking to his
fucking-
door. He
Right.
must be having lots of power.
And this is
Or all
just,
the demons are
it's
coming
a
to his
scene
door.
of Warwick the Warlock talking to Frankendude.
It's so
So
good.
like, "Give me what is owed to me," and he hands him a Hershey bar
Yeah.
fully wrapped.
And he just
Wait,
eats
hold on.
it.
Before that, he's already got the bird on him.
Oh,
like,
right,
they're talking,
yeah.
and he goes, "Well, yeah," and he's like, "I'm a warlock," and he puts his arm
Which
out.
means that
and
they
the
taught
bird
him how to
flies up.
falcon, like get a falcon.
Harlan Williams is a falconer,
yeah,
man.
Yeah. Probably took a couple classes.
It lands on him. He's like, and he talks. The owl
bird talks, and the guy goes, "Wow,
Frankendude is like,
ventriloquism. That's cool.
Very
trick,
good.
man. You deserve the candy." He gives him the candy bar. He goes, "Is this what food is?" He puts the whole thing in his mouth. And just
with the wrapper
God,
on.
I love Harland Williams, man. I just love him. He's just chewing on the wrapper and everything. He's
I
like,
could watch
"This is awful."
This is the second time I've seen this most of this movie, and he makes it worth it.
I will say, he's definitely earning his paycheck for sure.
He doesn't phone it
Like,
in. He's not just
yeah.
reading lines. He's
No,
like
he-
totally hamming it up.
He's having fun with it.
Yeah,
which
but
is
we
cool.
him just so good. And so he doesn't put him under the spell yet.
No. The first time he just gives
Yeah.
him the candy and closes the door on him. He's like,
Right.
"You're fucking weird, man. I'm out of here."
Yeah.
That's when it cuts to the kids going to
The old
there's
man's house.
There's a house that has no
Yeah.
Halloween decorations.
But he
and I'm like,
notices
"This
from a
place is
picture from the
creepy."
Yeah, they-
evidence file that
yeah.
there's like a dress.
Which is just some kid sitting on a car.
Yeah.
So they go to the address and they knock on the door and there's
they're
a
like-
whole like, "This old man's not home. He's right behind
Yeah, it's just like an
you."
old person's behind me.
Run!
Never seen the elderly.
He'll shoot and sure at me. Yeah,
But they ask
yeah.
him if the little boy lives there, which is insane because it's an old ass picture.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Yeah, no, he
It's like, do these
doesn't live
kids
here
not
anymore."
process time?
Aging?
And, yeah, like,
Their dogs don't age. Why would they assume
No one-
anything ages?
No one in this town seems to have any comprehension of like anything.
except the old man, really.
Yeah,
Even
the
he
old man
doesn't.
gets it.
Only because he stared into
Well, he
a
said
fucking
he
abyss
denies
in
that he's
another
he denies
dimension.
that he's the kid. He says that boy doesn't live here anymore, and I don't like talking about it.
Small boy on a car. Well, I haven't heard that name in years.
But when they're leaving, he notices the staff, and he's like, "Give me that!"
Yeah.
And then they run from him.
Yeah, they run from him.
And
right.
he's too old to keep up. He gets winded at his gate.
He's like, well, he was like what 12 when that happened. So it was 75 years.
yeah, he's
the
like,
dude is
he's almost
not-
90. Yeah.
I'm surprised he lives in this movie, man.
Well, the actor wasn't
spry.
90. But
No,
the
no,
character
but the
was-
character
Pretty
was.
spry.
Yeah, he was.
Fella.
So is that when?
That's when Warwick goes, "I'm gonna gonna capture that monster that all the demons worship.
Yeah. So
and get him to get
and
the.
then he starts to
get the
possess
staff.
Frank.
Which is what
and
Max, you were talking about, is that he could easily have done this himself, but he
Yeah, no, he just like
he Renfields Franken-dude
He
to do
splashes
it.
the liquid on him.
Yeah.
What does he say?
he's just like
Controllus
Meinicus or something.
Slavis.
Slavis Meinicus.
Yeah, Slavis
yeah.
Meinicus. Yeah. And then so he sends Franken-dude to get the
He goes-
puppies, right?
he's walking at a fucking snail's pace.
and he's with a pumpkin on his foot.
yeah.
in
platform
platform
slip-on.
checkerboard
Yeah.
slipper-ons. There's like
Weird Al shoes.
And then he
yeah.
steps through a pumpkin. And
He's,
then he's
that pumpkin
he's
exists
walking with that
forever now.
pumpkin for literally the rest of the movie.
And it's so slow. Like,
Yeah.
why are you not just doing this yourself? Weren't
Yeah.
you already doing this? Like,
Yeah, what? is
okay,
happening?
what is happening? And the Halloween Hound at this point is basically going off to his own thing, right?
Yeah, he's
Because the
hunting
dogs
down
are like,
the
we gotta talk.
dogs.
The dogs are like, the only thing that can help us is if we talk to Zelda.
Well, they've met the ghost dog at this point.
They met the ghost dog.
and they're all together.
They're together, and they're like,
And
we need
one
to
of them
talk to
says, "We gotta
Zelda.
talk to
Yeah.
Zelda." So they go to a psychic dog
Yeah.
that runs a store. We couldn't
With
tell.
no human counterpart.
Yeah,
at
it was
all.
just a dog that could do magic. It could scry. It
Who-
could
But
But
actually.
this
By
scene,
the way-
she sees that ghost and she's fighting.
has a heart attack.
Yeah,
but
and-
she can control magic.
She can.
What?
Who, by the way, is played by
Oh, yeah.
Eric's mom from that 70s show, which is pretty great. We were talking earlier about just like, what was it? About like how Christian people were like blasting that movie.
Yeah, they said it was.
They said it was
full of
too
or-
occult,
Yeah.
macabre friendly. It could, but then again, I feel like the moral of the story is the Bible's real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So why don't you like that?
I just like the idea of just like, I think I said this earlier, but like of them writing down like there is a dog seance.
like when they're no.
Can you imagine like a soccer mom in like the Midwest walking into a room and their kids are watching they're watching
A bunch of dogs.
Oh, I never. She kicks the TV over with a flip flop.
I wouldn't have bought it if I knew that's what it was gonna do.
Disgusting. Oh man, and this
We're
scene is so
becoming
fucking.
Amish. This is over.
I need to protect you.
To be fair,
Get under my
I would
wing.
consider becoming Amish after watching.
I used to work with Amish people, and they were fucking awesome, man. It was
They
really
have good
cool.
food.
Yeah,
the food is
all right,
incredible.
let's keep
And
going.
they
Let's
don't
keep
have
going.
to watch the Airbud movie.
They don't have
They
to
would
watch
never. They will never watch
watch
that.
it. So
That'd be great. I should go back and be like, for your Rumspringer, you're gonna hang out with me. We're gonna watch all the Airbud movies. You will come running, screaming back.
civilization.
this is what the Englishmen do.
Yeah, take me back. Dude, Santa Claus would blow their head apart.
That'd be awesome though. Like, have you ever heard of the world of cinema? And the only thing you make them watch are these movies. Like, yeah, this is the creme de la creme.
Oh, we'd also do tons of drugs.
Yeah,
We
right.
have to do that.
That's what they do at Rumspringer.
Yeah, that's what you do.
Yeah.
We're gonna do a bunch of fucking speed and shit.
So isn't
Watch
this
all that.
Halloween Hound breaks into? He comes into the Zelda's.
Well, they're,
shop,
they're
right?
like,
Yeah.
where is the book? What are they looking for?
I can't
they're
remember.
looking
They're
for
for
the
the book.
body of Pip.
Yeah, where
They're looking
Pip
for
is.
Pip's body is, which I don't understand why they thought that was going to be helpful, but they're looking for Pip's body.
Why should they fucking do that?
I don't know.
Wouldn't Pip know?
I have no
He's
idea.
been 75 years of nothing to do.
We couldn't leave the house until Warwick blew
Oh,
the door
right,
off of it
right,
for some
right.
reason. He was like magically sealed.
Sealed in there.
But then
Oh, you
there's
know what?
the-
That's really weird. Does that mean there was like a positive? There was like a cleric in this town in 1937.
It's sealed in-
Then when
This
when they put
house
those
is
boards
clear.
in, he's
You know,
just
it's like,
this.
yeah.
Demons
Bubble.
are trapped as long as these boards.
Oh,
are
and that's
in
why the
front of
ghost couldn't escape.
And that's why it exploded like that, because it wasn't him making.
It was the
explosion,
sealed. It was
the seal.
de-sealing itself. It was. It was the pressurized cabin of magic. Blowing out. Okay, so
love
then
it.
the
I
Halloween
love
Hound
this.
comes in after she's like, his body's here at the graveyard. And then
Yes.
he comes, I'm going to
He's
get
like,
you, Zelda.
I'm gonna eat
Right.
you guys. Time for me to puke on you.
But they evade him.
Throw my puka shell necklace on you.
Yeah.
Well, he can't fit through the door because the doggy door is like
Really
puppy
small,
size,
yeah.
'cause Zelda's
It's buddy
really
size,
tiny.
yeah.
So they run out the back.
She's like a
door.
Chihuahua? Is that what she is?
I don't know what the
Some
hell.
kind of
Pomeranian.
long-haired-
Maybe
Isn't
a
that
Pomeranian?
it? Yeah, no?
Maybe?
No, Pomeranians are.
She looks
cuter
like
than that.
a Chihuahua mix, but
I think she was like a long.
She's like a Paris Hilton dog, like a purse dog.
That's a Chihuahua.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Beverly Hills Chihuahua. There's a reason those three
Well, they
movies
got the
exist.
furry
Pomeranians
ankles.
are real puffy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This was like
I don't know
long,
shit
stringy.
about
Okay, it doesn't.
And like
Zelda's
shaved.
species
Yeah.
and
And
breed
well, she
does
was
not
shivering
matter.
the whole time, so I assume it was a
It's-
Chihuahua.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
She was shaking. You could see her body
So
because she was shaved.
they evade the Halloween Hound and run towards the cemetery.
Yes.
And then we cut back to Warwick, who now the Franken dude is heading to the brouhaha, the Halloween brouhaha,
It's the
which
big
is the Halloween dance
where all the adults go to.
to listen to Monster Mash for an hour
Yeah.
or two.
Yeah.
It's the same song played
literally
over and over
Oh wait,
again.
this is
and
where
nothing
no
else.
Warwick. At this point, when the kids leave the old man's house, Warwick is talking to Mr. Hoot, and he's trying to explain that the kids are children. He stops them, and he goes, "I need to concentrate," and he goes to confront
God, such a
them.
good scene, man.
He goes to
Him
confront the
touching
children.
kids' heads and stuff.
Well, no, not the demon children. That's not this yet. This is him
Oh,
confronting the buddy kids with the staff.
Oh, right. Okay.
Because he sees them in the cul-de-sac finally after
Yeah.
like so much time in the
God,
movie.
it's such a messy section of the
Yeah,
movie.
It's really gross.
Yeah.
They're just like all kind of like
They're just in the
walking
same
around each
place,
other.
walking around. Yeah.
And he confronts them about the staff, and that's when they
And they're
realize
like,
he is.
cuckoo. Right.
No, but the kid. Well, afterwards this
Yeah.
happens. But yeah, I guess you're right. They're like, "What's your problem?" And actually, he tries to give it to him, and he goes, "Go ahead, have it." And he like leans it at him, and it shoots.
It
like,
fires
explodes
magic
him.
at him, and he blows back, and they're like, "Oh shit, it's real!"
And
right?
that's when they run away.
Oh
and
yeah,
that's when he pulls the
and he
drawing
gets
out.
shot
and
into
he's
the
like-
coffin.
He pulls the
Yeah.
picture out, and he's like, "It looks
Yeah, he
just
falls
like
in the coffin,
yeah.
right?
It really was him." And that's when they start freaking the fuck out. And they have.
And they go back.
staff.
They had to go find. Then that's when they find the old. They have to find the old guy because they feel like maybe he. Right? Isn't that?
No.
They have to find.
Oh my god.
The timeline.
The timeline
of
is
this
a mess.
fucking
It's a
movie
complete
is
mess.
just, ugh.
So it doesn't matter because.
Oh, they need to get Deputy Dan, so they have to go to the Halloween
shit.
brouhaha,
Yeah,
right.
where they're playing Monster
Where
Mash
also
for
Franken
hours.
dude is just arriving.
And so
at.
then the
Frank-
dogs
and
are
that-
going to dog deputy or whatever.
They're going to
Is that-
deputy dog.
or is that after?
That's after the
That's
dance
after.
part.
All right, whatever.
Because Warwick
we just gotta get through this.
because Warwick shows up, and that's the part where he's
Yeah.
like, maybe these aren't all real demons,
Yeah.
and that's when he touches all these kids' faces and realizes that they're just masks.
Yeah.
And he gets
This
really
scene
mad.
is so good. The way he, oh man, it's so
Dude,
good.
any adult within 10 feet of that would have been like, "Excuse me, sir,
yeah.
stop
Do not-
fondling and dismantling my child."
Also, stop drinking all the spooky punch.
Spooky
Drinking all the
ones.
spooky punch.
Yeah, it's, Franken dude goes into the brouhaha and starts drinking.
Like a lot.
Yeah.
He stops looking for anything. 'Cause
Yeah, I
he-
guess the
just gets
hypnosis
shit
wears
faced.
off once his alcoholism sets in.
Magic isn't as powerful
Yeah.
as like.
And it should be said that the deputy is playing in the band playing Monster Mash. That's
Forever.
forever. Right? And then
So that's when the kids are in there. They see that the Franken dude's chasing them. They know Franken dude's chasing them, and they see Warwick come
And
in.
so they're trying to get.
So
talk
now
to the
they're all like
deputy.
scrambling
Yeah,
around.
yeah, yeah,
and
right,
that's
yeah.
when it goes to the dogs going to the dog deputy and be like, "Hey, look, we met a ghost," and he's like, "Fuck." And they're like, "We need to know where like his body is. It's like in a cemetery." And he's like, "I know exactly where his body
And
is."
so then Warwick comes on stage, right?
Yeah, well, it cuts back, and Deputy Dan's been playing in the band, and then they stop playing to announce the costume contest.
and that's when
winner.
he's like, Deputy Dan, I gotta
he's
tell
like,
you something.
"Oh,
He's
He's like,
like,
"Shut up, kid!
yeah,
I'm gonna announce the
I
winner."
gotta announce the winner."
And it is
And
Franken dude.
Franken dude wins, and then
Warwick rushes
then
on the stage.
Miss Frizzle lady takes a picture, right?
And then
Oh,
which,
yeah,
which,
no, no,
wakes,
no.
which wakes him up from the
Which
Kali
wakes him
Ma
up,
right,
and then
you're
he's
right.
like, yeah,
He's no longer in the
yeah.
Kali Ma
And he-
sleep.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, doesn't he fall on?
Oh, he falls
Warwick-
on the stage. Oh yeah. You're right. He does fall on
Warwick
Warwick.
turns the deputy into a monkey,
Yeah.
and then he gets
Then-
he gets off the stage, and Franken dude falls.
Yeah,
on
Franken dude falls on him, and then
because she takes a picture after that
and one
because
of
they're all
the-
like, "Oh, it's a
yeah.
monkey! That's a great treat."
And then one of the dudes like,
Right.
I guess Franken dude had too much spooky punch.
Yeah, right.
No,
yeah.
I think you're getting
Spoopy-
it out of- I
spoopy
think you're
punch?
getting it out
It's a
of
good way to
order.
say lots
It all
of
happened
whiskey.
in the scene, though. All that happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he also climbs on stage and takes the staff from the boys.
Yes,
He does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he turns the guy.
turns him into a monkey.
He takes the staff. She takes the.
Franken dude's awake again as a human.
Which, by the
Yeah.
way, he turned him into a monkey because he was just like, "What's all this monkey business?" Which is honestly an accurate statement Considering like what the fuck's happening? It is monkey business.
Manhandling a child on a stage in front of a police officer who's not doing anything.
So he's like, monkey business. I'll turn you into a monkey.
Fine, whatever. Boom.
His mother's there too. She's fine with what's happening. She knows that it's not a show.
Thinks it's all a trick.
She thinks her son behind her back was practicing a stage show in which a man dressed like a Marilyn Manson fan turned another guy into a monkey on stage with nothing blocking it.
I gotta pee real quick.
Go ahead and pee. Right, but she, we'll let you know where we are when we're done. But she is convinced. You know what I'm saying? Is she's watching this and like,
she should
obviously
know that
my
it's
son is
fucked up.
involved in some type of vaudevillian stage act that he's been practicing this whole time.
Yeah, no.
She thinks the monkey thing is a effect.
They know Santa Claus exists.
You're right. They do know Santa Claus
whatever,
exists.
dude.
They totally do. Right. So what happens?
What they choose to acknowledge as actual reality, who the fuck knows? You know what I mean?
Well,
They're
I mean, the
being
Bible.
presented
We're
with
gonna
so
find
much.
out that the Bible's real.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter. So he has the staff, and he floats out. That's when he gets back on it, right?
He gets back on the staff.
God, it's so
he
good.
Flies away.
I never thought there'd be so much flying in this movie. Like they didn't need to have this expensive effect in it.
It looks awesome. It looks really good.
It's like Harland Williams on a crane. He's like being on. It's not green screen. It's like
he's on. Well, some of it's green screen.
Some of it's green screen, but some of it's him on a crane being lifted out of.
It looks so fucking cool.
It's so fucking awesome. It looks like Marty McFly on the hoverboard. Honestly, that's exactly the effect it is. It's him being suspended with something on his feet. Just
it's pretty cool.
He floats out of.
When he flies away from the brouhaha, there's like people walking to the brouhaha
that don't even pay mind to it.
Like, a man just flew into the sky, and they're just like, I hope there's still Spooky Punch left. Yeah. You're like, what the fuck is wrong with everyone?
That's a great costume.
Dude.
Look, hun, and they're like pointing like
that's
300 feet up.
What a good trick.
Look, man, this town has been saved by a dog multiple times. I think Spooky Punch is needed.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Spooky Punch going around.
At the cemetery, they go to Pip's grave, which has his statue, which is his corpse.
Then Zelda does like an incantation that puts his body.
Which, by the way, she's just like, I don't know if this is gonna work.
I've never done this before.
I'm just spitballing here, but
never done this before. So, and the incantation is just like undo what the hound did, but more
it was like
poetic.
It was the spirit of the body of the thing.
It doesn't matter. And
she only repeated it twice.
Yeah. It works.
She has powerful magic.
Yeah,
but she can't stand the sight of a ghost. So Pip goes back into his body and turns into a beagle again.
Yep, and then the Halloween Hound shows up and he's like, "Good, now I can eat all of you. This will be great."
But then they run away again.
He throws up on Zelda for making Pip real again.
She turns into stone.
But I'd like to point this out. This is when he starts barfing on people again. When he barfed on Pip, his soul escaped. How? Why?
But he barfed on Zelda and it just turned into stone.
She just turned into stone.
I assume that him barfing on somebody also is him eating their soul somehow.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But
how come the first time he couldn't leave the mirror and this time he can? I don't know.
Yeah.
It doesn't really make any sense.
Fair enough.
I don't know.
They didn't expect.
I have no.
I mean, we're like 30-year-olds watching this fucking movie. It's not, it's not supposed to be.
It's true.
Yeah. So Zelda's stone and they evade him one last time. And Warwick now,
and they're trying to go to the deputy dog now, right?
Well, now the old man is with the kids.
They went to the deputy dog
because the old man has the kids. Remember, because they're in a car, and we were like, I hope that Warwick follows the car with the staff flying on the staff, and it does happen.
Yeah,
for like a second, it doesn't. It's not great, but they go to the church.
Oh,
so the old man can tell them about how he reads Latin and. Here's what he needs. He tells them he needs the staff and the book. Yeah. And he needs the 5 blood buddies to do the thing.
We can stop them.
Because it had that awesome shot where the doors fly open.
Not yet. Because that hasn't happened yet. Because he sees them go in. He goes, and he flies away to go to the Hellhound who's kidnapped the buddies. Because then he knows that he has the buddies. Because when he opens the doors,
because they're in a cage.
So they're at the house in a cage. with the Hellhound. He got
Yes.
him.
Yeah.
Right.
Like he's captured the buddies.
How
and that's
he did
when
that is insane. It doesn't matter.
And then he
yeah.
flies back to the church and opens the doors, and that shot is fucking awesome.
It's great.
It
It's
is.
like a long,
It's like
long lens shot with backlit. Oh,
It's like
so good.
doing the fucking like Goodfellas push pull. Like, yeah.
It was
Warwick.
really cool, man.
I would watch another Warwick movie. Like if they made Spooky Buddies 2, but it was like the Search for Santa Claus, but it was like a Warwick movie. The Return of Warwick, would watch.
Not gonna happen to a cult. To a cult friend.
Exactly.
I guess.
But
so,
he's like, I've got the buddies, so bring the book to my house, or you'll never see him again. And then he floats away.
and so they bring a book and the staff to the house, right? And that's when the mice. Don't they see the mice?
Oh man, when did we missed it already? But remember, there was a really awesome shot of Warwick floating on the staff, but hiding in darkness, and then just creeping away.
Yeah, it's like him saying, like, "That's right, come into my home."
Oh wait, yeah, it's about to happen. I thought we missed it.
No, it's where he
You're
sees
right.
them pull up, and he's like, "That's right, come into my trap," and then he like kind of slinks back into the darkness.
That's when he does the
Yeah.
finger thing.
Yeah, it's also a
He's
lot
going
like
150%.
it's like
Yeah, he
John
really
Lovitz
is.
in The Wedding Singer. He's like, he's lost his mind.
God,
and I'm ripping all these-
please, if you make another Buddies movie, make John Lovitz
I know,
a
Puppy.
bad
be-
guy.
Oh.
Please,
That would be pretty great.
that would be amazing. So they're now.
So then they like prepare themselves to like enter the house, and as soon as they open the door, Harland Williams like floats directly down from above them, like right 5 feet in front of them. Just
I wish at this point a better movie would have had him give some kind of epic speech about, you know what I mean, like
Yeah,
how,
no, he just
like
goes,
of
"Give me
why
the-"
he wants to control the world. That would have been great. Some, you know,
he just
yeah,
goes,
why
"Damn
the,
it,
fu-
God,
why
I
the
want some-
fuck is he doing any of this?
I know. I wanted like the speech of him,
Yeah.
like, you know,
What else are you gonna do? You're a warlock.
Like
in modern
I
days,
guess,
it's
like,
like
you know, in
Frankenstein,
Industrial
yeah.
Revolution, America.
Do you, you know, like Gene Wilder and Young Frankenstein when he gives the speech about like from primordial ooze we rose. And you're like, I want that with Harland Williams and Spooky Buddies, where he has that moment. Where
that
he's like
would've been-
descending from the ceiling. He's like, yeah,
That would have been a really
some
cool
kind of
opportunity.
demagogue weird ass speech about why he wants power.
We'll get his
That would've been
Oscar
cool.
moment. It's coming. It's on the
That's
horizon.
the only that, you know, if they did that, I would have been like Spooky Buddies to say okay with me.
Yeah.
Just that's all I wanted. They didn't have it.
Well, while he's confronting them downstairs about give me the book, and on their drive there, it shows the buddies in the cage, and they convince Mr. Hoot that he should be helping
he should be a good guy,
Warwick,
like because
and
he's
he
like
should
you've
be a
had
good
70
person.
years of just being
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah,
Do
yeah.
you
And that's when
want-
we get the
yeah.
great shot of the owl finger unlocking the cage, which was cool.
Yeah, you're like anytime they show paws.
Which, by the way, it's so quick for that owl to go from like completely radicalization to just like, all right.
Like,
Dude, it was
he went from waiting
yeah,
for this guy for
yeah.
75 years to like, I guess you're right. I should.
it was kind of Revenge
Yeah.
of the Sith. It was like be different. Okay,
Yeah.
you know, it was like remember how like Anakin just kind of
Yeah.
like, all right,
Oh, okay, yeah, you're right. I guess I'll just kill
you know
all
what?
these kids.
Got a point. Yeah, I'm gonna murder children now.
I got
And
it.
so the owl was just like, yeah, I guess 75 years of waiting for evil to return was a bit of a oops on my side.
I guess I should have just died after 4 years like a normal owl.
Like a normal owl.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? So yeah, he lets the buddies out. This is the end of the movie, thank
Then
God.
the hound
Yeah.
is like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? And he's chasing them down. Oh, no. They're running the hide. They go in the kitchen.
What's going on with the mice or the rats?
They really don't have anything to do.
Don't they
now.
come in?
No,
the end or something?
you're right. The hound
Yeah.
comes in the room, sees them free, and is like, what the fuck? And then the rats show up and are like, quick, go over here. And I don't even understand how this happened. The rats like depress this like button in the floor that,
Oh, that
opens
makes-
the wall behind the buddies, and they run through it.
And a
And then it
fire
closes, and then
the
fire
fire
goes
starts
up.
back up again.
And the hellhound's like, I'm gonna kill them fucking dogs. And then and that's when it cuts back to the people arguing over the book and shit. What the fuck are the humans
Also, the
doing?
parents at this point have been taken over because of Warwick's slight amount of power.
Oh, right.
And they're
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
all right,
yeah.
when
When
they're
the
marching,
when the
they're
buddies
marching
run
towards
God,
the
this
house.
movie is such a clusterfuck.
It is a clusterfuck.
You're right. When the buddies
parents
run
are-
through the wall, the hound goes, fuck Warwick, I'm just getting the spirits out now, and summons them.
Yeah.
Then goes after the buddies.
And it
Yeah.
takes over all the parents, and
And
they just
so-
start walking
Yeah, and then the
towards the
zombie
house.
mob starts coming towards the house
Yes.
while all this is happening.
So that is happening.
Yeah,
it doesn't
yeah.
really matter.
No,
it just is
it
happening.
doesn't at all.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Warwick at this point has shot the old man in the chest
Yeah,
with
what?
the
Yeah.
staff.
And he's like smoking where on
Like,
his
he's,
solar
like,
plexus.
done.
Like, he
Yeah.
just got like fucking destroyed. But he wakes up and is like, it's up to you, kids.
And also
now."
considering we've established that that guy would be in his 90s.
Yes.
Yeah, that's death.
Him falling him falling over should be bad. Like hip breaking bad. Like
And he's shot with a magical wand. You're done.
Yeah.
You're 90 years old.
So
Get
the
fuck outta here.
kids he goes up and he's like ready to do the ceremony with the buddies. Oh no, they figure out
but
that Pip, they only need Pip. They figure out that the Hound has already consumed 4 of Pip's brothers 70 years ago. So all he needs, because Pip sacrifices himself. It's like, I'm all you need.
That's right. That's what gives
He
him the
says, and
opportunity
he's
to
like,
run
you know
through the
what? You
wall.
have a point. I
Yeah.
only need you.
And that's why he can summon the spirits. You're right.
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 And so, but first we get the kitchen scene, which is
Well,
a scene that we've been building up to, let's be honest, for
What's the kitchen
4 or
scene?
5 movies.
it was actually kind of funny because, like, I think like 10 minutes before
you
this, I
called
was
it.
like,
You totally
I was
called
like,
it.
has
Matt.
Butterball farted in this movie?
Oh my
Or,
God.
like, did he fart?
No, and I was like, no, he has not farted
He hasn't
yet,
farted
man.
in this movie.
This has
And
been
then-
established
So
in other
this is-
movies,
this
and he has
happens
This
in
is
almost-
a green
disgusting.
farting power. He has a
Yeah.
green farting power.
It was orange in this one.
Oh
It's
yeah,
weird,
it doesn't
but
matter.
This is absolutely disgusting.
Yeah.
The fucking dog
It's-
finds a pickled.
A jar of pickled human eyeballs.
Pickled eyes. Just fucking
He
eyes.
thinks they're eggs.
So he's a goddamn cannibal. Well, I guess not a cannibal.
Well, he thinks
No,
they're
no.
eggs, and he starts
It's
eating.
It's just
them.
meat, dude.
Yeah.
It's meat.
Those eyeballs are 80 years
Yeah,
old.
no, they are. I mean,
Yeah,
pickled
unless
things,
somebody like was
pickled
squatting.
things can last for like a while. I'll give him,
But
you know.
75
Yeah, I don't know.
years?
I don't know.
And that's a lot, dude. That was like, as far as pairs of eyes go, that was what, like 30 pairs of eyes.
Dude, that was
It
a
was-
huge
Warwick
jar.
was murdering humans and
Yeah.
putting their eyeballs in a pickling jar.
Maybe
and
that's
that
why
is
they were
brushed
coming to
over.
his house.
Why
the
the fuck?
fucker that took my eyes?
Yeah, half
And
that
also,
angry
you know,
mob was
let's
blind.
also figure about the dogs come second.
I'm
but-
just saying, like, to brush over the fact that he had pickled human eyes in that
Yeah.
house is amazing.
Yeah.
The dude was like a murdering
Yeah.
psychopath.
But then he eats some though. Like
He ate
the
more
dog
than
just eats eyeballs.
the
I
doctor
admit-
recommended amount of eyes.
No, it's,
I
which
admit
is
that
zero.
what
Zero
happens
eyes.
here, I mean, you called it, but I think what happens here is one of my favorite moments so far.
Well,
in
wait,
watching
before you say
these
it,
movies.
before you say it, does the book thing happen before this?
No, it happens after.
Okay, all right.
It happens
Yeah,
right
yeah.
after.
Then-
Because we were like, why? Because
Yeah.
that raised all the questions
Right.
at the end of the movie.
Because two big things happen after this big thing.
Yeah.
I can remember what they are. But so you were like, Matt, you called it.
I can't
You
believe
did.
it actually
You
You're
happened.
like,
called
what
it-
is he gonna do?
You
His
called
smoke?
it minus one little detail.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which was
You said basically that he's
I
gonna
thought it was gonna be
shoot.
like a Dragon Ball Z
Yeah.
super blast
Yeah.
battle.
To me,
between
it
a
reminded me of
fart-
Harry Potter, like Voldemort and Harry, like
Yeah.
shooting power at each other and it like meeting in the middle, or even better, Big Trouble in Little China with them like,
Yes.
like
Oh,
shooting
yeah,
the
yeah,
power
yeah.
at each other. It happens. Butterball farts at the same time. The Halloween Hound shoots his black smoke out,
To like eat
and it
him
meets
or
in the
petrify
center
him.
and like starts equaling itself, and then Butterball's fart overtakes it.
Now, I have a bunch of questions.
Yeah,
Did the pickled eyeballs aid in the
Yes,
strength?
yes.
That must have
Are
been
they,
it.
They
because
distress
they had
us-
like magic in them?
No, they just
Did
instantly
he like
distress
curse them that made
No,
them
no, no.
stronger?
Maybe
No,
it's
he-
like, you know how Medusa? Here's a Medusa thing. It's like you eat, you look at. I don't know, guys. I'm sorry. Just.
I think Butterball is just naturally a fucking. He just has terrible stomach problems, and he's Airbud's child.
Fucking need fiber in that.
So he
goddamn
ate this old
puff
food that
diet.
irritated his bowels instantly, which made him have a super fart,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it threw back magic on the Halloween Hound, causing him to turn to stone.
Right.
Dude, it's so thick.
It
His
was.
So
fart was
insanely
so
thick.
It's like this viscous.
Ugh.
Ugh.
It's probably like you could taste it, probably, you know, like it's like syrup in the air, just
So the Hellhound gets turned to stone.
Turned to stone.
by Butterball. Of
Turn to
all the
stone.
characters in this fucking movie.
Either-
Here's another question. Did he get his
Yeah.
fart knock? Was there a chunk
Yeah.
of his barf that is like the thing
Yeah.
that turns you into
So
stone?
was it like the fart that turned him into the stone?
Oh, yeah,
Or
or
was it like it
his fart
negated the
pushed-
I
power
think-
and pushed it back?
pushed
I mean,
it back into
logically
his
speaking,
face.
I think the fart just pushed the smoke
back into
him, turning him into stone.
Maybe these
I don't think the
questions-
fart turned him into stone.
Maybe
Okay.
these questions will be answered in Super Buddies.
Right. Hopefully,
But, you
it'll be
know.
addressed.
I don't know. It was vague. It was a
Yeah.
very good visual storytelling.
But I feel like it's been working up. I
Yeah.
really feel like that was a moment where Robert Vince is like, you know what?
This is why
we're
he's
gonna
been
pay
farting
this
for
fucking.
6
He's been
movies.
farting green smoke and it's disgusting for 6 movies, and now, finally,
to fight demons.
that was a character moment if I ever saw one. Finally,
Jesus Christ.
yeah. So we cut. So
Cuts back to Harland Williams.
Yeah, Harland Williams. He's like, he finally has the staff
The book, yeah.
and the book,
And what are the kids trying to do to him at this point?
and he's got Pip, right? Because he needs.
Pip's already turned to stone
Pip's
in front
turned
of
to
him.
stone. Yeah.
No, yeah, right. He
Yeah.
already turned Pip to stone,
Yeah.
so he has that. He doesn't even need the Halloween Hound anymore.
What the fuck's he trying to do at this point?
He's trying to still do the same thing because he doesn't need Halloween Hound. He has Pip.
There's
Oh,
also-
does he not realize the spirits? He doesn't realize the spirits were ever released.
Were never released, but
Yeah.
So
it
he's
doesn't.
trying to do
He's
it.
trying to go full bore with everything. Like he's opening
The
up
old
the
man
doorways
shows
between.
back up.
Right.
They fight some more.
He opens
Somehow
the
the
book.
little boy, the boy starts doing the an incantation to like close the portal.
Something like that. But Harlan Williams gets the book. He opens it and a bright light shines
Oh, you're
out
right,
of the
I'm
book
sorry.
and
Yeah.
like burns. Ah!
Yeah.
And we're like, why did it do that? And
He
it turns
starts
like,
reading out of it.
it's like, no, it's the Bible. They switched it in the church from the book to the Bible, and the Bible has the power to stop the warlock,
Christianity prevails.
I guess he couldn't
Yeah.
enter
as
the
it
church.
usually does.
Yeah.
Could he not enter the church? That's why he could only.
Yeah, he couldn't
That
enter.
makes sense.
That's why he
That makes sense. That's
he
why
was-
I was doing like a one of these.
Yeah, give me my book.
Yeah.
Come to my house.
Damn you, kids! Yeah,
We were
Uh,
shaking a fist.
so-
by
taking
the
a
way.
fist.
So
Yeah, visual
God-
shaking a fist
God exists, exerts physical powers
through
against-
Bibles.
Yeah.
into this earth. Well, I mean, you can ward off demons in churches.
Yeah.
I mean, you're safe in a church from
A
all
warlock
demons.
isn't even like a demon though. Warlock's a human that's a witch. It's a male witch. That's what a warlock is.
A warlock you have a pact with the
And like
demon.
Blizzard is like a weird.
Well, his pact
Thing,
was
right?
with. I mean, Halloween Hound is a demon,
Yeah.
right?
Kind of, yeah.
Although he did
But
get turned to
I
stone.
mean, a deal with a warlock is your
it
magical
doesn't-
powers are derived from
All
like,
right,
a deal.
The
you
point is,
made
it's the
with a
Bible.
demon.
It's the Bible.
Bible
He
is-
cannot finish it because it's the
I'm
Bible.
talking about real warlocks.
Okay.
Okay, excuse me. Aha.
So.
The old man grabs the staff
Oh
from
yeah, yeah, yeah.
him. and he like this huge
Wait,
moment
what?
where
Hold on. What happens to Harland Williams though? Does he go in the
no,
mirror?
hold on, that's not happening.
He's
Okay,
like
yeah, yeah.
stunned right now. or
Oh no, maybe
whatever.
you're right because Harlan Williams
Oh,
gets
he's-
sucked into the mirror. Yes, you're right. Harlan Williams gets
Yes.
sucked into the mirror. He's like, oh, and he's like, and the old man holding the staff is like, I'm Joe Johnston or whatever his name
And
was.
he goes,
and he's like,
"No!"
and he gets sucked into the portal into the mirror.
And then he breaks the mirror.
He's a huge scene where he's like, whoa, and he,
Well, he
smashes
the crystal first.
the crystal, which the mirror crumbles after that happens,
Yes.
and then
Breaks the staff.
everyone who except the Halloween Hound.
Everyone who was turned to stone except the Halloween
Yeah,
Hound comes
because
back
it's a
to life.
fart. It's more powerful than anything. A fart.
And all the five original dogs. I think they ran out of the mirror.
Taking a
before
page out of Ernest
Or
Scared
their
Stupid.
statues turn real again.
Yeah, they turn
Yeah, yeah,
everybody.
they were all
the
good.
mice turn into children again. Zelda's
five-
back.
Yeah. The
uh,
angry mob out front
the
just
police
does a
hound
little like
wakes
wiggle, and they're like,
Whoa,
"Oh, I'm good."
wait, the
Well,
police
Frank
hound
the
is
dude
back.
thinks he was on drugs. He's
Yeah.
like, I haven't been that out
Yeah.
of it since that Kiss
Yeah,
concert.
since
And
apparently he tripped acid at a Kiss concert, which is like, fuck off. Like, what are you doing that for?
He said it was the 80s too, not okay.
Oh my God.
Not even like good Kiss.
Yeah, like 70s, not 70s
I
kids.
was made for love.
So maybe it was
Yeah.
Quaaludes or something.
But so there's naked boys outside because they're mice. They
Yeah, the
were
mice come back to life and they're naked kids, but no one knows that the warlock did anything or any of that
Dude,
shit.
the stuff
and
that
there's
parents
just like
have to
naked
assume
kids.
they wake up and consciously wake up outside of a house. Their kids are there. What did they think happened?
What happened to the Hellhound?
This is why
The Halloween
this
Hound.
is
He
why
just
they
is a
all
statue
drink
forever.
spooky juice.
Do you think
man.
since the
Spooky
mirror
juice.
did the mirror breaking and him like turning out of the thing just make him like dissolve because
Yes.
he wasn't tethered to the
I think he's just a statue in that kitchen. He's a fart statue forever.
Which sucks,
Next
man.
to that eyeball juice.
Like, I get that he sucks, but he doesn't deserve that. Like, no one deserves...
He died because of a
I
fart.
mean, to be fair, though, it's like, if you
You know, he did deserve it, because all he did was,
yeah,
like, very slowly walk around this movie.
He
being
sucks,
like,
man.
He also forced Pip to become this, like, CGI little cum stain for literally 75 years. Like, in a house. And watch his friends.
It's kind of amazing Pip was, like, sane by the end, by the time he was
I know!
rediscovered.
Like, they should be
batshit crazy.
putting
Bat
ghost
shit.
poop on the walls. And, like, writing Pip everywhere.
That's crazy.
And that's it. And really, it's a happy, right?
No. Then
They-
the police show up. Everything's. Like,
Oh yeah, and the monkey becomes the deputy
The cop
again. The
becomes-
dog,
And he's
is
got
looking
bananas.
up.
He's covered in
He's,
banana
he's
peels.
sitting on top of a car in a
Yeah.
pile of banana peels.
Yeah.
Deputy Dog, did he get turned to stone too?
Yes.
Do you realize what that means? That means that guy's so dumb. He got turned into a monkey with his own brain, and instead of helping with what's going on, he
went and
just
stole
went.
a bunch of bananas.
But he has a human mind.
He did. He was
He
trying to
didn't
help
like
out
try to
before.
help. He just went and found bananas.
Well, you don't know what it's like. Maybe he had to fight like the animal side of his brain and he lost. Like those kids disappeared for a while and they just showed up dirty. Like right? They were just hanging
It's
out
like
in the
we've already
sewer.
established that the adults.
They're like,
in the
let's
town
go
are-
get the police. But the time
Like you're saying, like
the
the
first
species.
manhole they saw, they were just like, whoop.
They've already established that the adults in the town are just a bunch of stupid drunks.
I mean,
Yeah.
So I guess he has like the same thing where it's like I gotta get something in this body.
I need potassium right now. Hey,
But it goes to the old man with Pip and a bus full of the other dogs and all the children and all the buddies in front of the town hall being like, I'm going to go drive across the country and deliver the dogs
never
back
felt
to their
more
owners.
alive.
I've never more felt more alive, blah, blah, blah. And the kids are like, good trip. Butterball's like eating a bunch of hot dogs and telling me about it. B-Dog says a bunch of more fucking racist
he says eat something
bullshit.
new in every state. Yeah.
You thought we were gonna never mention B-Dog again.
He says, what is the word he says?
What? I just need to see the Rico case that is being
What was
built
that
against
word,
this
though?
Oh, he
fucking
said
dog.
you must be like psycho tripping. What was it?
Oh my god, hallucinate said
Hallucinatripping. Hallucinatripping.
Hallucinatripping. Just like, dude.
Fucking die, please.
Every sentence, almost not every, but a lot of them had the word yo and dog in them, but at different, like it'd be like, yo, this statement, dog, or it'd be like, yo, dog, a statement. Like, it was really irritating.
Yeah, B-Dog is the worst thing that ever
really
existed. He's
is.
terrible.
And he gets the spotlight.
Is there anything else that happens? I
think so.
kind of feel like that's the pan up,
I'm
and then
assuming
The
that kid
credits
never
roll.
actually wrote his report, so he's gonna fail that fucking thing.
oh, fuck that kid though.
Yeah, really.
It's true, yeah.
He owns
He's
the-
appropriating, you know.
He actually
Culture.
instilled it in a fucking dog. Like he's so awful. He instilled
know,
his
what the
dog
fuck?
with it.
No, the B-Dog was B-Dog before. I don't know. He just played basketball. You're right.
He didn't. He wasn't
Oh, wait,
like
it's a
he played.
different. I'm thinking of the original.
You're thinking of the
family.
original ones. All right. Well,
I'm
that's
talking about his first family.
appearance.
The first generation.
I like this. This is my favorite Buddies movie so far. Maybe my favorite of the whole series, just because of Harland Williams.
Yeah.
I mean, this movie's boring, but it's not as boring as the rest of them.
No.
I'd rather watch this again than any of the rest, except maybe Air Bud 2.
Yeah, I mean, I did sit through both Santa Paws, and of my own volition.
I can't believe
not
that.
because you had a commitment. I just did it.
Just in life, I did it.
Yeah,
For your love of talking animal
I
movies.
guess so.
Yeah.
That's my goal, is to make the most expensive talking animal movie with zero box office return. And
Yeah.
and bankrupt the studio.
You should really make the three. You should make the three Puppeteers, like the Dogateers.
That's like what happened.
Prequel.
When I saw G-Force, I was just like, Jesus,
G-Force.
Jesus fucking Christ. That I think is the most expensive talking animal movie.
It's pretty.
And-
Yeah. It's.
Oh my god, that movie.
So you
is just
count
like a
animated,
fucking-
like fully animated
They're animals.
movies?
They're animals.
Okay,
you know.
okay.
They're.
I was just
I'll
wondering
say
if
this.
you had like
Yeah.
a line.
Yeah.
I don't hate the first Cats and Dogs.
Oh, I like the first.
The
one.
first
Yeah,
Cats and
yeah,
Dogs
yeah.
actually
What,
kind
the
of a.
Secret Life of Cat and Dog?
No,
one where
that's
it's-
a romantic
where it's
comedy.
cat spies and dog spies.
No, that's
and-
Truth About Cats and Dogs. There's a
Right.
movie called The Secret Lives of Cats and
I don't
Dogs.
know what
That's
that
like
is.
an
I don't know what
animated
that
film.
is.
Oh, okay.
That's an animated movie.
Oh, you mean the new one?
I'm
the Secret
talking
Life of
about-
Cats that
I'm
came
talking
out.
about like the early
Yes,
aughts,
that's it.
the early
yeah.
aughts Jeff Goldblum, Kelly Preston vehicle, Cats and Dogs.
I remember it being pretty
Oh.
all right.
There was a sequel called The Revenge of Pussy Galore.
I may or may not have seen.
I can't remember if I saw it. The first one was kind of funny.
Yeah.
As far as talking animal movies go, I mean, creme de la creme, still Babe, but Babe's a good fucking movie. It says too. Whatever. Spooky Buddies is way better than friggin' Search for Santa Paws.
Yeah.
And I was fine. Max.
Yeah?
Do you have anything to plug?
I'm coming out. I'm writing a zine. I finished the first volume. Hopefully it'll be out in the end of June. I was gonna release it earlier, but I'm going to LA to just hang out. So it's called Beetleborg Casanova, and it's like a detective serial thing, sci-fi. I don't know how to describe it, but I don't know. I don't even know where to advertise it. So just know that I'm making it.
Do you have how about
I don't
this?
have a website.
Do you have a Twitter account?
No.
Do you have a Facebook account?
I have a
public?
Facebook. Yeah. Is it public? Yeah.
Can they find you on Facebook? Or that's not.
These are gonna be physical zines.
Yeah, they're gonna be physical zines.
Is your name on Facebook public knowledge?
I'm Levine. If you look that
UHHO Levine.
Yeah, space O.
I didn't know if you wanted to be outed as Levine.
It works.
Okay.
I think that's it.
So if they follow you, they could potentially know where your zine is coming from. Okay. Thanks for watching Spooky Buddies with us. I hope it was better than Three Doggeteers. I think
honestly, I gotta tell you, man. I think you gotta watch Three Doggeteers.
It probably has better storytelling.
But does it have a Harland Williams level performance in it?
It has the heart of a movie made with no budget that needed to be made.
The guy who plays the dog
somebody
catcher
needed to tell that
movie.
story that's been told in a book form.
You gotta wait and see. I'd say you gotta watch the Doggeteers.
After this, I don't want to watch it.
Yeah, no.
I don't want to watch it.
Right.
The funny thing is, everyone always characterizes me as like loving talking animal movies. I think after this, I don't. I think I've
hit the wall.
There is a human can only take so much.
Worse than watching
Robert
a
Vince is
talking animal
inhuman.
movie. Imagine fucking directing a talking fucking. It's like all these fucking dogs.
Dude, imagine directing like 13 of these
Jeez,
fucking things.
I
You know, I mean, like,
I
are you alive? Like.
Well,
How
you were talking about the
fuck?
amount of actors that in these movies just have to stand in rooms with multitudes of animals that are going to get CGI faces on them later.
Well, that one scene with Harland Williams is staying in a room with an owl, a CGI dog, and a ghost. It's like the man is just alone. He's delivering lots of dialogue. It's awesome if you think about it. Yeah. It's a great job. Yeah. All right, that's it. We're done. Spooky Buddies. We'll see you 3 more times, and then this is fucking over.
Yay.
God damn it. All right.
Goodbye.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye.
You've just listened to Bonus Disc, available only on Thundergrunt. Questions, complaints, and movie suggestions can be posted to facebook.com/bonusdisc. Opinions and criticisms of the hosts of Bonus Disc are 100% valid, even though they took the time to watch the movies you were too ignorant to appreciate.